like my exaggeration there, it's worse than that.
So
There
when
you go. You're alive.
awesome.
We're alive. Hey, we're talking about Bob Dylan and Christmas music. Welcome to Facebook Live.
Those are things that don't go together.
Yeah, one of these things is not like the
I
other.
actually have a oh.
Do our mics have to be up for Facebook Live to hear us?
Yes, that's true.
Oh, hey. Hey, Facebook Live, what up? We're talking about Bob Dylan and Christmas music before we get started here, so. So why
I
am
have
I
a
not
Joe
seeing?
Pass album called Six String Santa, and it's
Ooh.
Joe Pass just killing it on Christmas.
Dude, I
music.
have to
Like,
borrow
it's
that.
So good.
Did you have it on
I'll send
vinyl or CD?
No, I have it on CD. I'll have
Dude,
to-
I would love to borrow that so I can rip it.
So good.
Oh,
His
I
version
love
of,
that. He's amazing.
God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. It's all modal and dark and awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
loving it,
it's
loving it,
good.
loving it. So I don't see the Facebook Live thing, do you? Oh, wait, just now.
Just now, we're going to
Share.
this out, smoking and toasting.
Share now public. I think when you share something, it should automatically start with the heading, "Hey, bitches." It's been too long since we've done a show, buddy.
Right? I feel like it's been a while.
I know. I don't know what I'm doing here. Ready when you guys are?
All right, I'm sharing mine out now. Hey,
Welcome,
all
Facebook
of
Live,
you
what up?
watching us on Facebook, share this. We're trying to be in
Yes.
everyone's face.
This is a big episode because we have Rocky Patel on the show.
Now it will be a little segmented. This is news for just the Facebook people. It'll be a little segmented because since we have previously recorded a couple of our segments on here, you won't be able to see those Facebook Live. But what you will be able to do is go look at them on YouTube as soon as we have those posted. We are actually uploading those right now, so we'll talk about it as if you guys have seen it. But we're going to go ahead and post those on YouTube. You'll have to go look at it there.
And the Rocky interview, I've lost me.
The Rocky Patel interview.
Rocky Patel interview is totally worth a look at the.
What a cool guy.
He
too.
is. He's totally cool. And I'll
Actually,
tell
the
Rocky
whole
stories.
family, because Rocky and Nimish.
Rocky and Nimish and Nish. And
yeah.
we're hoping to get Nimish on the show here very soon as
Pretty
well.
excited, yeah, because he's going to be doing that thing downtown on 14th, I think it is.
Which you and I will both be smoking at. But
Yes.
we're already doing the show. We haven't started the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Smoking and Toasting, show number 67. I'm ready when the producers are.
Those crazy producers. Masters of awkward silence.
Well. Welcome, my friends, to this fine radio program called Smoking and Toasting. This program's all about craft beer, fine spirits, and hand-rolled cigars. It is Smoking and Toasting number 67, and we are brought to you by B&B Butchers and Restaurant at 1814 Washington Ave in Houston, and in the shops at Clear Fork in Fort Worth. Road trip coming in January, and I'm hoping that we can put together our road trip in January so that we can broadcast live.
I'm
from
all over that.
B&B
That
Fort
sounds
Worth.
so fun.
Really stoked about it. So welcome to you guys, and welcome to my good friend and partner, Mr. Ian Barry.
What's happening?
How are you?
Man, I feel like I miss you. I haven't seen you since, Vegas.
Oh, wait, Vegas? Yeah. Well, we were just probably too inebriated.
I
for
would
the
tell you guys
whole
about
thing.
Vegas, but what happens in Vegas? Well, no,
Yeah.
actually, we brought some video back with us.
We actually did. And we're very excited. This is going to be, I think, one of the most exciting shows that we've ever done because we have, I think, one of the biggest personalities in the cigar field in the world. And he's on the show today. We recorded the interview in Vegas, and we'll be sharing it with you. We were at the Big Smoke and got to sit down and talk cigars and tobacco with Rocky Patel.
Now, for those of you who don't know, the Big Smoke is the biggest cigar convention there is.
Yes. Yes,
it's
the big
put
one.
on by Cigar Aficionado magazine,
And
they do it every year.
several big smokes, but
Right,
the
right.
Vegas one, which is the one we went
That's
to,
the big,
it's
big
the
one.
big one. Yeah,
Right,
it's,
right.
it's the mama.
And what a good time that was. And I explained to a few friends of mine when I got back there, were like, "How was Vegas?" I was like, "We got an interview with Rocky Patel," and they're like, "Who's Rocky Patel?"
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
can
"Well,
tell
let
they're
me-
not cigar people. Right?
Let me
Yeah.
put it this way: in the world of cigars, that's kind of like getting an Eddie Van Halen interview.
Yeah, that's a really good way
You
to
know,
say it. Yeah,
it's really
Yeah.
kind of like that. So I'm
Yeah.
pretty excited about that.
It's like kind of like we're with Guitar Player Magazine and got the Eddie Van Halen.
That's right,
interview.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, exactly. So and Rocky is, and it's interesting because let me explain the way the Big Smoke kind of works. You basically, it's a very expensive ticket. First of all, it's not cheap. You
Nope,
got to get to
not at all.
Vegas, and then you got to pay for your rooms and all that stuff. But to get into the event itself, you can buy either tickets for one night or two. We only we're in for one, but you walk into this room they hand you a cigar aficionado bag and a booklet of coupons. And the room is like a convention center room with all these booths set up. And you go from booth to booth, tear a coupon out of your booklet at each one, hand it to, let's say, the
Aging room.
cigar company, and they give you an aging room cigar, and or maybe two. Some of them one, most of them one. Some of them gave you two, and then there's also various whiskeys and other spirits around, and there you don't even have to give them a coupon. They just come let you sample. But everybody's got a booth, and they've got all the sort of luminaries
Yes.
of the cigar field there. That said, Rocky Patel was the rock star of
Yes.
that room.
Yes.
And so that's why we were excited to get him on there. Plus, I've actually met Rocky before. Not that he would remember me because it was a long time ago, but I'll tell that story again. I've told it before on the show, but I'll tell it again a little bit after we do the Rocky interview. I maintained my composure well enough not to recite it when we had him on for the interview.
So
I almost did that. Remember that time that like I met you and it was
That was cool.
We had cigars. That's cool.
that was cool.
But what are
There
gonna
was
do?
also so you end up going down these rows of booths, right? And it's all
Yes.
these different companies, but strategically placed within these rows of cigar booths were liquor booths.
Yes.
It was a beautiful thing.
Oh,
and there's
lots
no
of whiskeys we hadn't tried before.
right.
Rums.
There was no you don't have to pay your tip. It's just there. You just
Right.
here. Thank you.
Well,
would you
you've
like
paid.
to try this? Yes.
Trust me, you've paid.
Well, you don't pay. You don't pay at the time. You pay before.
Right.
But
And they had
so I
food.
did a little bit
There
of
was
math.
food as well. Yes.
I did a little bit of math. And even after I smoked a few cigars, I came home with 43 cigars.
Okay.
All right, do the math.
From the various booths.
From
and
all the
whatever,
various
yeah.
booths. I came home with a humidor bag. By the way, Bovita was brilliant. Mm-hmm. Bovita makes those humidor packets, the moisture packets.
Right, that go in your humidor. And
Right, to humidify it to the proper moisture and everything like that. Well, their giveaway was a giant humidor bag with the packet in there, so you could bring all your swag home.
You just put all your cigars
And
in
you
that
don't have to
bag,
worry about
you got
the
your Boveda in
humidification
there,
or anything
you're
like that.
good to go. Yeah.
Brilliant, absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant. Anyway, I counted my cigars, 43 cigars.
Okay.
If you assume $10 per cigar,
Yeah.
do the math. That's a lot of money worth of cigars.
Well, you're right, and that doesn't even include the fact that you were fed.
yes,
And there were
was
plenty
food,
of drinks.
there was all that. So if you take out the price of the cigars versus the price of the ticket, it might have been almost reasonable. But it sure was a good time.
It sure was a good time. And I've been to a number of different events. I will say, as an investment in cigars, the Wingding is a better bang for your buck. Because the Wingding tickets are a lot cheaper. Talking about the Stogies Wingding
Right.
in Houston, the Wingding's tickets are a lot cheaper, but you get just as big a bag of cigars to take home with you. They don't do the coupon at the booth thing. There are booths there, and you can walk around and chat with the different
Right.
cigar people, and so. But you get your bag of cigars right at the beginning.
Well, the
It's
other
so
amazing thing there too is they didn't have. Most places didn't have, like, you go to a lot of these beer conventions and all these other things. Most places have just some random catering company people up there going, here's some of this. Here's some of this. They didn't have it that way. These were the actual employees, the actual blenders, the actual owners of the company.
the various whiskeys and rums and whatever, yeah.
And cigars.
And cigars, yes,
yeah,
yes.
I mean, you got to talk to the actual people.
I
And
remember
it was amazing.
we would go up to the booths, and I would be, of course, trading my ticket for cigar. Yeah, I got to take care of business here. And Ian would say to the person, "So, are you affiliated with?"
Yes.
19 times out of 20, the answer was
90%
yes.
of the time
and
was
then, and
yes.
then you would meet this person. Oftentimes, I mean, we met guys that were the rollers. We have lined up a number of great guests for the
Yes.
future on the show. So
We did a lot of networking for future shows. We're going to have a lot of great cigar guests on.
And we also had fun just being in Vegas, just being in a different environment. We are going to play a segment back for you that we recorded in the Mirage in the Center Bar.
Yes.
And
Our commando segment
yes,
is what we call it.
Yes, exactly. In that segment, we will taste a local Las Vegas whiskey.
Yes.
That we've never seen outside of Vegas
And
before.
it was good.
And it was delicious. And we'll also taste a beer that our friends at the Wasatch Brewery, which is in Park City, Utah, make exclusively for the Mirage.
That was pretty cool,
We
too.
first tried this beer. The first day we got there, we were starving, so we went to this little burger place that was inside the Mirage. I think LTD Burger or something like that.
yeah.
And that beer was on the menu, and we tried it, and was like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah.
So we noticed on the menu that they said they did it especially for the Mirage, and apparently it was available in all the bars, or at least most of the bars and restaurants that were in the Mirage. So we sampled that, and it's actually a brown ale, but it's called Amber's Ale. I went on the Wasatch website, and apparently Amber is one of the brewmasters at
there you
Wasatch.
go.
So there's Amber's.
That explains it.
So it's like Amber's brown ale.
So it's not an amber ale; it's actually Amber's Ale.
Amber's Ale, exactly.
Yeah.
So that was confusing because when it came out, it was this more, it looked like a Newcastle brown or something.
Yes.
Am I saying?
It was it was almost a reddish brown.
Yeah,
right.
and but as it turns out, I was expecting an amber ale, but as it turned out, it was just delicious.
Yes.
And so we'll talk about that.
And
what the
also, by
profile was.
sampled it over the weekend, we really actually tried to put a dent in their supply.
Yes, we did. I was like, I can't get this when I go home. I'll have another.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Absolutely. We also will taste a couple of beers on the show in the upcoming segments. The Brooklyn Defender IPA from Brooklyn Brewing Company, Brooklyn, New York. It is a beer they released specifically for the New York Comic-Con. So immediately the geek in me was like, buying it. And so we'll see how that tastes. And also, one that I have no idea what it's going to be like or about. But Lagunitas has released, they have a series that I just found out about. I hadn't heard of this. It's the 2017 One Hitter Series.
I don't know that
And
one.
this is an Eroica. Eroica, not erotica, but Eroica. And I have no idea. It doesn't say if it's an ale or a lager or whatever. So I have no idea what we're getting into with this Lagunitas. But this should be fun.
I'll have to look up that style in between segments.
All right, fair enough. We'll do that, and we'll also some interesting things going on in the world out there. Better Drinking Culture, which is an organization, wants to change the "Drink Responsibly" tagline that you hear on all the commercials, where it says, Anheuser-Busch, Houston, Texas, drink responsibly. They want to change that. They think they have a better idea.
I want to hear about
So we'll
that.
share that with you. Plus, Avery Brewing, wonderful craft brewery for years. Not a craft brewery anymore.
Oh, did they break the line?
They've sold 30% a minority ownership to another company for a cash infusion, and that means they can no longer be considered
they're
a craft
too
beer
big.
under the current guidelines. So we'll tell you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we'll tell you about that. Plus 5 brewers that you might not know but will soon, and just so much interesting stuff to talk about with Vegas and how we managed to
Vegas stories.
somehow survive. Oh, the trip down to Fremont Street, where I got the
Yeah.
largest Sam Adams I think I've ever had. Oh my God, it was amazing.
Well, when a guy asks you, do you want this size or do you want this size? Your eyes just kind of go big, they gloss over, and
I'll
you
take that large. Yeah,
that
I'll
one.
take that large.
Yeah.
But then, like, you're drinking it for the rest of the night. It's like a scooter.
I
of
drank
Sam
3
Adams.
of them.
Well, okay.
I just want to say though,
it was
there
that kind of a.
there was a
trip.
large part of a trip. Of course, we didn't have to drive or anything like that. We Ubered everywhere, so there was a large part of that Vegas trip where I was walking at about a 45-degree tilt.
I have some.
I'm not
pictures
sure
of
whether
you.
it was forward or
I have
sideways,
some
but it was,
pictures of you like that. It was so good. We did a whole lot of interesting things. We went and had a drink at the Arturo Fuente,
Yes.
the Casa Fuente bar, which is in the shops at Caesar's Palace, which that place is awesome.
it is tiny place,
Tiny place, but
really
awesome.
cool.
And rockin', had great music playing. They just and it was so you got to understand it felt like every cigar smoker in the world descended upon Vegas, and they were
Oh, yeah.
all there at the same time. You'd walk into the Mirage Casino, and I mean, everybody at every table, every machine,
Everywhere.
was all smoking a great cigar. So it was a wonderful cigar aroma. If you're a cigar fan, it was a wonderful cigar aroma the whole time we were there. All right, coming up next, our first segment from Vegas, recorded in the Mirage, where we do some interesting tasting. And then coming up just a little bit later, interview with Rocky Patel at Smokin' and Toastin'.